I'm live. It's my birthday. I've got some almost empty bottles that I want to kill. And what an opportunity to do so than right now. Hopefully, some people will be joining me. I'm a little late to get started. I mean, I could have gone live earlier on in the day, in the daytime, but I had some things to do first. And when I go live, I want to relax. I don't want to have to think about doing those other things that I have to do. So I'm on now. And hopefully, some people will join me in killing those bottles and discuss the bottles we're killing. If you have the same bottles, you can always drink along with me if you happen to have them. My phone in the other room made a noise, and I wonder what it is. Is it telling me that I've gone live? I'll just check. Be right back. Oh, it was just the virtual weatherman telling me the virtual weather. And that's all. Okay. Well, we'll see if anyone joins me. Maybe not. If not, well, this video will go up for posterity with nobody watching. Got 2 people watching now. That's nice. I'm just having a little bit from one of the bottles that I'm going to kill. Oh, there's Chris saying happy birthday. Well, thanks, Chris. Nice to have you join me this evening while I get into making room on the shelf for new bottles by emptying some old ones. Now, how do we get rid of that? I forgot. Oh, it doesn't matter. When somebody makes another comment, I will click on it. This was my initial comment right here. And that was about 4 minutes ago. Ah, there's catnap. yeah. 58 times around the sun and counting. I'm going to go into the first bottle I'm going to kill real soon. I'm just having a little bit of this dram that I was drinking before. And still young, yeah, relatively, I suppose, if you look at people who are old like my mother. But 58, when I was in the last century, in the 1900s, I had always dreamt of getting to the year 2000 when I would be 36 years old. I didn't think I'd make it this far. And here's Jason Coates saying, "Holy crap, happy birthday, Quig. That wall is intense." Yeah, it goes up to there. And there's a second row being built right now in front of the first row. It's about to here. And it's like a step shaped thing that comes down like this and like that. So yeah, it's getting there. What do we got here? I think your mom is going to be with us for many more years. My family, we live till about 80-ish. My mom's already 88, or she will be 88 towards the end of this month. Wow. And Mr. Bass says W. I don't know what that means. Donner passes here. Hi, was over at the other stream that you put up this morning. Yeah, well, that was not a real stream. That was just a post. I use, I just put that up as a post to warn people that I was going to be coming on. But I use StreamYard because it's so much easier than dealing with all the crap with the other thing through YouTube. Yeah. And then here we got, I'm not sure I've seen it in its full glory yet. Oh, you're talking about the wall? Oh my goodness. Well, it starts about there, just in the other I'm really not good at this. Okay. In the other room, like that's the kitchen back there, or back there. That way is the kitchen. Okay. And it's sort of like at the edge of the kitchen, and it goes from floor to ceiling all the way to the front door. And that's it. That's the wall. And I like to center it right about there. There. So now you see all of it, just about. And there's Don Holland saying happy birthday. Thank you very much, Don. I appreciate you joining me tonight. And what's your thoughts on Carnmore? I see a lot of Carnmore bottlings on craft. Are they usually better quality than the core range bottling? Huh. Well, I've only had 2 or 3. And the 2 or 3 Carnmores that I've had were excellent. Just excellent. Carnmore, I think, is one of the bottlers, one of the independent bottlers that gets early dibs on casks. Same with the likes of Gordon MacPhail. They're right up there. And then Cadenheads and those like that. They usually get the first picks, the first dibs. And I believe that Carnmore is one of those first dibs on barrels that are being for sale. Nothing wrong with any of them really that I've tried, but I've only tried like 2 or 3. So one of them, memorable whiskeys usually. David the Banana 8. That's a new name. I've never seen that one before. Wishing me a happy birthday. Thank you very much. And here's another one from Jason Coates. Yeah, the wall. I think it was still just short of being complete on the back wall last time I joined you. Oh, really? That must have been like a couple of years ago. That's been a while. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm seeing the wall every day, so to me it's always what it is. But if you haven't been here for a while, I can understand how you'd be kind of astonished. There's a Donner Pass saying, starting with Thompson Brothers Teaninnick 12-year single bourbon cask, 53.1%. Have some old drams poured 45 minutes ago to get ready. Thompson Brothers are new indie bottlers, but are doing great things. Well, just to let you know, before I came on here, I recorded 2 sample Sundays. Both are samples that you had sent me. One of them was the 28-year-old Glen Keith, which is very fruity, and I'm talking orchard fruits. And then I did the family cask Glenfarclas 2004 to 2015. And those were the 2 things I had to drink before this, which is the Glen Grant 15. And after this, I'm going to start polishing off some bottles. Yeah, old drams. Yeah, I have problems with pouring strong whiskeys and old whiskeys and taking my time with them. And I'm usually just pour and play, so I still have to get into that habit of letting a whiskey sit open for a while. So I guess a 10-year-old Carnmore from say Craigellachie might be better than the core Craigellachie 13. Could be, especially if it was an exceptional cask. If it was a single cask, and if it was what you'd have to do is try them side by side and see which one you prefer. Because I can't say that one thing is better than another. Objectively, I can say, for me, this is better than that, or that is better than this, but you have to try for yourself to really get the gist of it. And what's here now? Have you ever had the Springbank 12 cask strength? That is a bottle I can see you really loving. No, I have not had it. Springbank is hard to get around here, and I mean, it's okay, but I'm not the biggest Springbank fan around. I might like it, but cask strength doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to love it. I often like whiskeys that are pour and play. 46%, 50%. They don't have to be cask strength for me to like them. And here, cool, those are pretty opposite drams. Yes, yes, they are. One is light orchard fruits. The other one is dark red fruits and berries and chocolate and cherries. And yeah, I was getting just a little hint of maraschino cherry on the end of the Glenkeith, which is strange. The other thing about the Glenkeith is it's very well balanced because it's not spirit led and it's not cask led. It's a balance of the two, which is really interesting. So yeah, I enjoyed those two. Those videos will come up eventually. I just recorded them. I haven't uploaded them yet. And what's this? JP Weiser's triple barrel on deck. Oh, okay. Triple barrel. That would be the rye. Yes. It was also called at one time double still rye. And apparently, according to Dr. Don Livermore, they are the same recipe. However, I had one bottle of each that I bought the same time. They were phasing one out and phasing the other in. And I thought the triple barrel was different from the double still. That could also be batch variation, but it was very interesting to try the two side by side and notice some differences. But that would be batch variation because Dr. Don said to me anyway that they are the same recipe. So interesting. Yes, triple barrel on deck. I remember that. What do I do for work? I drive a taxi. And I've been doing it for 30 years. And this last year has been the busiest year for me ever because back in 2020, in March of 2020, the drivers quit because they saw with the COVID that they weren't going to get any money and they could apply for government money to stay at home. So they did that. They got their government money to stay at home. And for a year, it was all right because we didn't have a lot of business, but we didn't have many drivers. So it was balanced. We were still making a living, the few of us that were out there. And then exactly a year ago, the public was told, hey, you don't have to lock yourselves up anymore. You can go out and do things and have fun and live a life again. That's when we got swamped. We've been swamped for a whole year. And it seems to me that we're getting more swamped with time, even though we are getting a few new drivers. But the last week that I just finished working was probably the busiest, most profitable, most tiring, most stressful week I've ever worked. In fact, I'm going on vacation in a couple of weeks. And I'm really looking forward to that. 2 weeks of not driving cab. Can't wait. It's your birthday too. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. That's great when you have two people having the same birthday on the same day and celebrating it together. Slanchuva. Okay. Now let's get on to some bottles that we're killing. I have right here, nothing really fancy, Auchentoshan American Oak, which is one of my go-to starter bottles. It's triple distilled, 40% alcohol by volume, but it has a lot of flavor. So that's the last of that. I'm going to put it sideways so that all the liquid goes to the bottom, and then I'm going to pour the last remaining drops into this Glencairn of Auchentoshan American Oak. Oh, here we are. Do you know why Springbank has all of a sudden become all the rage? It's insane. It just flies off shelves immediately. That and Aaron 18 and Kilcairn 12. Well, you don't have to drink those if you don't want to. Springbank is all right, but it's not the be-all and the end-all. It's kind of like Blanton's in the States, where everybody has to have Blanton's. Blanton's is good, but if it's all the rage, I tend to shy away from things that are all the rage and go for things that are less traveled. Go for things that cost less, but are still really good. I just opened up a couple of independent bottles in the last week from James Eady. James Eady is another independent bottler, and one was a 10-year-old liquid, the other one was a 10-year-old diluent. And I haven't had any diluent in like 8 years, because I did have a bottle of diluent once. Went to Calgary for a wedding 8 years ago with my ex, Cindy. And when I went to the liquor store, they actually gave me a taste of a few different things. And when I tried that Carnmore 15-year-old diluent made from 2 casks, it was like magic. I had to acquire a bottle of that, and I did. But I never made a video of it because I was just starting out making videos. That was the same trip on which we went to a restaurant on the way back home in a town called Revelstoke. It's sort of like a halfway point between Calgary and Vancouver. And I had Oban 14 for the first time. And I made a video of that. I made a video of the restaurant visit and the dram at the end of the meal. That's kind of how I started making videos about whiskey. Just a dram at the end of the meal. And here we go. Happy birthday. Thank you, VNCC. Thank you very much. And here, recently opened Oaken Poutine. Yes. That might rival some great high-end Irish whiskeys. Very impressive. Yes. Oaken Poutine is good. Macaloni's is doing a fantastic job of making young whiskeys taste great. I have a few more under my bar right now, besides the Glenloy that's on the top of the bar. But I will get to them eventually. Tonight we're emptying. We are killing bottles. Let's get the last drops out of this. Hopefully you can see that. No, come on. And to get the last couple of drops, I'm going to fill this with water. and pour water into my water glass from it. And it's very nice. Sometimes you get just a little hint of the whiskey flavor in your water. Very nice. Very nice and refreshing. Oh, here we are, nosing the Canadian Club 44 sample you sent. Very different from the 40. Watched your videos on it. Agree they put in some kind of sweet sherry with the allowable 10%. Haven't tasted yet. Oh, yes, be nosing that one. The 40 was the quintessential Canadian corn whiskey, pure corn whiskey that had been aged for 40 years in ex-rye casks or ex-rye barrels. The barrels were filled with rye whiskey in 1967 and let to age for 10 years, after which they were emptied to blend with corn and malted barley and wheat or whatever they blend different grains to make Canadian whiskey. First they mature the different grains separately, and then they blend them and bottle them. So for 10 years, these rye casks that had rye whiskey in them, were emptied in 1977, whereupon they were filled with corn whiskey. And for 40 long years, they waited and waited and waited. And the 40-year-old is that corn whiskey that was in those ex-rye barrels for 40 years. Now, the 41, 42, 43, and 44-year-old whiskeys, they did some dicking around with sherry and wine and different things that they're allowed to add because they're allowed 10%. Yeah. Is it 10% or is it 9% or 11%? It's somewhere in there. It's that I guess 10% rule. Yeah. Kind of sweet sherry. Yeah, it could be PX or something. I don't know exactly because they're not transparent enough to put it on the bottle. That's the problem with Canadian Club. Glad we're having cool weather this week and next as a break from the heat. Over here, we're warmer than we have been so far. We were kind of cool until a couple of weeks ago, and now it's been heating up. I actually have the air conditioning going in the other room. And here we are. Haven't seen any James Eady around here yet, but people in the UK say everything they bottle is top notch. I believe so, yes. I got it from Alberta, and they are 700 milliliter bottles. They are 7 CLs. They're not 750s. So I don't know. Are they allowed to sell 700 milliliter bottles in the United States, or do they have to be 750s? These are 700 milliliter bottles, so maybe we get them from the UK directly, and yeah, I just buy them by mail order I buy them online and they send them to me from Alberta. And Peter White says happy birthday. Thank you, Peter. Slanchava. And what else have we got here? Catnap says, so I guess the moral of the story is that independent bottlers like Carnmore, for example, will give better bang for buck. Whiskey is just going up in price fast. It would be nice to find bottles that... Oh, okay. Are still humble with quality and inexpensive compared to the more popular known bottles. Yes, absolutely, for sure. Macaloni's must really be getting their hands on exceptional casks. Well, the casks that they use are those that were... Oh, what was that guy's name who died a few years ago? I forget, but somebody help me out here with the guy's name. He was known for starting different distilleries all over the world. He was like a consultant. He was a doctor or something. Oh shit, I forget his name. But he had a hand in Macaloni's and their barrels. Are they barrels that are scraped and recharred? I think that's some of it. Somebody help me out here. My memory is kind of bad. Whiskey Scout just stopped by to say hi, Quig. Can't stay. I have to get up early. Have a wonderful evening. Well, thanks for joining me. Good to see you. Okay, Peter White here says 1/11th or 9.09%. There, thank you for clarifying that. I knew there was an 11 in there somewhere, or and a 9, but I had muddled it up. Okay, and here we got Sean saying, I wonder if there is demand for a new cooperage in Canada. We have the oak. Yes, we do. Well, there's a few distilleries that are in Canada that are using virgin oak. I know 40 Creek had their Confederation oak for a little while, and most of the barrels used in Canada, I think, are ex-bourbon from the States, because they're only allowed to use a barrel once in a bourbon or a rye, and then it's get rid of it. So it goes to different markets like Scotland and Ireland and Canada. And yeah, I don't know if there's a demand for new cooperage in Canada. A lot of Canadian distilleries like to get their hands on things that had Scotch in them before, like Shelter Point, when they took ex-Lafroig and ex-Ardbeg barrels and used them to import some peat towards their single malts. Yes, as of last year, it is now legal to sell 700 ml bottles in the U.S. Oh, you just got to get somebody to import them, I guess. There you go. Yes, 700 ml bottles are now fine in the U.S. Just ask Jack Daniels. Oh, okay. That's right. I was perplexed by that, because I got a bottle of Jack Daniels single cask, I think it was, or it was I have it over here. Yeah. Here we are. Single barrel strength, 700 CLs. And I thought, because of the 700, that this was intended for the European market and imported to Canada from Europe. But no, this is directly from Jack Daniels. Okay. There you go. Now I'm learning something here. This is good. I'm always learning something. But you guys are a great education. Okay. And Donner Pass says they just changed the law, and now we can get 700 ml bottles. Means we can get more independent bottles from the smaller ones that don't wait to bottle 2 sizes. Yeah, I'd say that's a plus. Was that? No. That the guy that was the master blender at Angels Envy. No, it's not Lincoln Henderson. No, it was shit. What was his name? He was a Scotsman, and he started a lot of Scotch distilleries, and he was even involved, I think, in Cavalan at one time for his special casks. I wish I remembered his name. If I go to Macaloni's website, give me a second here. I'll find it. Let's see if I can get Macaloni's. Macaroni's. Okay. Oh, yes. His last name was Swann. It's coming back to me now. But was it Jim Swann? I know his last name was Swann. I'm looking at Caledonian. Own a wee piece of the magic by designing your own whiskey. Choose between your favorite whiskey spirit and wood types. Na. Our story. Graham Macaroni, summer job, local whiskey factory. Was encouraged to train. No, I don't want to sign up. Train in fermentation, become doctor of fermentation engineering upon arrival in Victoria. Inspired to Scottish whiskey today, the support of 270 passionate whiskeys, craft beer enthusiasts, blah, 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 blah. Oh, and pictures here. Tours. They got tours. And they got whiskeys and beer. And they got, I think the guy's name was Jim Swann. Not 300% sure, but I think it was. Okay, let's get back to where we are here. Okay. JD triple mash and bottled in bond are both 700 mils. Yes. Okay. Yeah. There you go. Jason Coates is giving an arrow that points up, I guess. What bottles are we killing tonight? Well, I've already killed this one. This is the Auchentoshan American Oak. You really want to know, don't you? Okay. Singleton, 12. 40 Creek Master's Cut. Highwood, 90, of which I have 2 others. I love this stuff. It's cheap and good. This one, I also have a backup for this one. This is the Lowen McKinnon Chocolate Malt. And it's aged in Sauterne casks. Here I got the Glen Grant 15, which I had a dram of that before. I have a Jura Elixir. I have a Shelter Point Artisanal 10-year-old. And I don't know if I'll be able to finish this, but it is an Alberta Premium Cask Strength, and there's still quite a bit in there, so I don't know if I'll be able to do that tonight. But each one of these has about a dram in it, and that's what I'm trying to do. Okay. Yeah. Catnap says, on your 60th, I'm thinking the perfect treat would be the Bunnahabhain 25. Had a sample of that a few months ago. It was exceptional, to say the least. Sure, buy me a sample. Send it here, and I'll do it on my birthday, on my 60th birthday. I don't like to shell out the kind of money that Scotch whiskey above the age of 18 years costs in Canada. I might make that exception. I don't know. But, 60th birthday is just another birthday, just another year. And here is Ren. Well, is it Jim Swann? Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure now. Yeah, you're right. And also happy birthday. Thank you, Ren. And Catnap G says Dr. Jim Swann. Okay, now everybody's going to say Jim Swann. Oh, Ren beat me to it, laughing out loud. There you go. Okay. Jason Coates says, that's me agreeing with Peter. Oh, okay. Because it was, yes. Okay, now I get it. Because Peter's comment was above yours. Okay, fine. I'm learning that too. There we go. There we go. Yes, he helped a lot of newer distilleries start up all over the world. Absolutely. Well, he had a hand in Macaloni's too, just shortly before he kicked the bucket. All right. So where are we now? Maybe it's time for a break. Should I take a break? Should I go do a quig? Yeah, I'll take a little. I'll leave everything on. But with all the water and whiskey that I'm ingesting, I gotta pee. Let's down this one. Doing the hatch, as it's been said. Be right back. Oh, I forgot to bring my glass with me and fill it up. All right, that's better. Let's do some singleton. There's our singleton of Duftone. Catnap says, are you planning on having any Kilhoman tonight? You know what? I don't have any Kilhoman today. I don't have any at all these days. I haven't had Kilhoman in a couple of years. I don't know why. It just slipped my mind, and there was always something else available. So if you were watching my recent videos having to do with what I had on the bar and what I had under the bar, there was not a single bottle of Kilhoman there. And I don't have any. So there you go. Okay, here's Kurt Murtha saying happy birthday. Happy birthday, Slanchava. Or happy birthday to me and Slanchava to you. Oh, that goes down easy. Catnap says, I'm currently sipping on some Sanig. And while good, it's like the baby sibling on the Great Loch Gorm. Yes, Loch Gorm is another one that I like a lot. Is the Sauterne cask if you can get it. I picked it up at the distillery more than 3 years ago, and that was nice. Oh, the Sauterne, beautiful. Yeah, and here we are at HB Man. Oh, happy birthday! Yeah, thank you, thank you very much, Justin. And so yeah, I'm just gonna slowly be getting more on the inebriated side of the street as we go along here. Okay. Whoa. Tristan M sends me a super chat. Thank you very much. Slancheva. Cheers. And may good luck be with you. Thank you. I think the proper gesture is like this. Yes. Thanks. Unfortunately, I'm not like Phil and Deepa, and I don't have a little button I can push, and all these coins come flying down. But I appreciate it. Talk a lot about science fiction. Do you like the Outer Limits series from 1995? I'm not familiar with the Outer Limits series from 1995. Is it a TV show, or is it a series of books, or is it? I really don't know. I'm not familiar with that. I read science fiction to this day. In fact, I'm going through a book by Connie Willis, but I am not familiar with the Outer Limits. I'm going to have to look that up. Let's see now. This Canadian Club 44 is more mild on the palate than the rich nose suggests. Also, I drink single malt all the time, so this grain is lighter. Very good, though. Okay. It's mostly corn, like, 91% corn. And it's got some other stuff in there. What is it, cognac or sherry or wine or whatever? Okay. And Sean says, yes, Canadian TV series. Well, there you go. I don't know from TV series over the last 30 years because I've been driving cab at night for 30 years. And for the last several years, I haven't owned a TV set. I have a phone. I have this phone on which I can watch things. And I have this computer that I'm talking into right now. I don't have a TV set, and I don't know where I would see TV series. No, I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with that at all. I can always look on YouTube for old stuff that's even older than the 1990s. Maybe someday I will latch onto those. There's just so much in the world that you can't possibly follow. Jason Coates says to Donna Toss, I have a similar experience with Weiser's 35. It's very good, but it's light and subtle. Weiser's 35 was a nice one. Very nice. Weiser's 35, yeah. In fact, Tranny and C tried Weiser's 35 side by side with Canadian Club 40. And they preferred the Weiser's 35. Probably because it had a little more flavor. It wasn't quite as subtle as the 40-year-old Canadian Club. And here we got Donner Pass saying there is a YouTube channel that is putting up old 1950s Outer Limits TV episodes. TV Rerun Club by MGM. Like those. Ah. TV Rerun Club by MGM. I'm going to have to look that up. Maybe I'll do that right now. TV Rerun Club by MGM. Okay. TV. By MGM. Outer Limits. Cool. Very cool. TV Rerun Club. Subscribe. Okay. I've subscribed to it, and I will have a look when it comes up on my feed. Okay. All right. Back to StreamYard. Here we are. Catnap says Kilhoman is another one that is hard to get. I can get some. I can get some 100% Isla Kilhoman anytime I want, but it's not cheap. Yeah. It was on the shelf last time I looked, and it was the 100% Kilhoman from 1997, I think, or 98, something like that. Anyway, they have a different release every year, and I think the release that's available at the BC liquor store is 4 or 5 years old. I could get it any time, but like I said, it's a bit expensive. And what's here? If I can help it, I'd always opt to be with Loch Gorm. Yeah. You and me both. Loch Gorm is truly one of a kind. Yes, I concur. And that CC40 was really good. Subtle and delicate, but a lot of character to get with time spent. Yes, I still have a wee bit of it. Yeah, I still have a bit of that. It's nice stuff. And good to know, Donner, not to harp on the subject, but the series is fantastic. Great storylines. I particularly like the modern 1995 series, which I also found most episodes on YouTube. Oh, really? Cool. And Whiskey Mystery, happy birthday, Quiggy. This stream is less than an hour, or was there another one 12 hours long already? Oh, no, we're still working on it. This one is 49 minutes and 19 seconds, and it will be going on for a while, Phil. I'm sure it will. I'm only on my second bottle out of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Second out of 9 bottles, so I don't know how long I'm going to go. It's possible that I'll fall asleep right here in front of the computer. We'll see. Now we got Donner Pass saying hi to Phil, and Phil saying hi to Tim. There he is, saying hi to Tim. And then, there you go. Slantrava, gentlemen. I don't think you've had this one, have you? Have you, Phil? Singleton, 12 years old. That's the one I'm killing right now. Get the last drops out of there. Well, 9 to finish. Well, we'll do what we can, you know. I might get to the point where I can't drink anymore. But most of them have like a dram left in them or less. So that's 2 down and 7 to go. Yeah. Well, not quite down. All right. Jason says, cheers, Phil. And Catnap says, haven't had a TV in years. You're not missing out on anything, especially all the crap TV that's on these days. Yeah, I know. I get all my crap from YouTube. Lots of YouTube crap to wade through. Then when I get tired of a channel, well, I just, delete it. Or when I find myself lagging behind and unable to keep up. And that's been a problem lately since I've been so busy at work. I have had trouble keeping up with my YouTube watching because, I usually watch at work when nothing's going on. But nowadays, everything's going on all the time. Yeah, the vacation in 2 weeks is going to do me lots of good, I'm sure. What's going on here? Justin M says, this stream is making me crave whiskey. Need to work through my batch of painkillers first. Take your time. Take your time. Whiskey must be a painkiller too, because I don't feel any pain at all. And Whiskey Mystery says hi to Jason. We're talking Jason Coates, I'm sure. And have not had the Singleton. Yeah, I knew that. I knew that because I've watched all of your videos from the beginning. And you're getting into all this Springbank stuff. Catnap here. Have you watched G Whiskey? Who's that? No, I have not. I don't watch that many anymore. I watch what I can, But I have other interests besides whiskey, so I watch things that interest me there too. And anyone still able? Deveron 12 can't seem to find any more in Manitoba. I think I can get it here. Yeah, I think I can get it. I just haven't had it in like 6 or 7 years. Deveron 12 is good. I remember that stuff. Donner Pass is saying Roy is doing a lock-in tomorrow that he usually does an hour early. So going to have you both on 2 screens probably. I don't think I'll be on that long. I will have to go to sleep sometime in the morning and go to work in the evening. So I don't know. Roy usually comes on in the afternoon, doesn't he? After Phil and Deepa. And after watching Phil and Deepa, I don't have the time. Don't have any time. What is this here? Whiskey Mystery says could be at Donner Pass. Okay. Whiskey is a Canadian who lives in Taiwan and reviews Scotch. Oh. Okay. Never heard of him. But then I don't subscribe to a lot of things anymore. I'm just up to here with things I gotta watch, or things that I can watch. Deveron 12 is $60 in California total wine. Absolutely. There you go. That's a good price. I remember it being somewhat more than that here. Ah, okay. My plan for vacation? No, I'm not going to those camps. I'm not going to the beach at all. I'm going inland this time. I was going to go visit my mother and sister in Montreal, but that was a shit show last year. It wasn't the most good experience, shall we say, for any of us. So I'm not visiting my mother and sister this year because I like to drink whiskey, and my sister can't drink whiskey because if she does, it can be an ugly scene. She's an alcoholic, so alcohol has to be away from her. But I like to drink whiskey, and I'm not going dry for 2 weeks. I have not had a dry day in several years. It ain't gonna happen. But I called up my ex, Cindy, on her birthday, which was just a week ago. And I was telling her, yeah, I don't really want to go visit my mother and sister this year. She says, why don't you come here? So I haven't seen her in about 3 or 4 years. So I'll go visit Cindy in Alberta. Now you know what my plans are. Camping might happen next year. I don't know. We'll see. But some of this vacation will be camping because we are going to a music festival just outside of Lethbridge. And there's a new name. Foivos Sweref. Hello, kind sir. Greetings from Greece. What bottle are we killing today? Well, we finished the Auchentoshan American Oak. We got the Singleton of Dufftown 12-year-old, which is still in my glass here. And next, ooh, what are we doing? Oh yeah, this is great. This is good stuff. I might as well pour it now and put a coin over it or something. This is Lowen McKinnon chocolate malt, and it's aged in Sauternes. So this is a special whiskey. I love this one. So I pour that one now. While I have some more of my Singleton of Dufftown. All right. Great. And over here we got Rare Solomon saying, nice to see you. Nice to see you too. Thanks for joining. Thank you for joining. Oh, what's this here? Did I jump ahead? Oh, yes, I did. Okay. Jason Coates says he likes G Whiskey's channel, but I don't think I've agreed with one thing he's ever said. That is the way it goes sometimes. Have fun, buddy, says Rare Solomon. Okay. Catnap says, Jason Coates, I'm with you. I like the guy, but I don't seem to share the same taste with him. Ah. All right. Nice to see you too, like I said. Instead of jumping ahead, G Whiskey doesn't care for Glengarry 12. If that's the case, you know there's a problem. Laughing out loud. I'd say Glengarry 12 is fantastic. I get the impression then that he's still quite a beginner and wants a fruity, light, subtle, just I guess, based on what I've seen of your comments. If he doesn't like Glengarry 12, that is a fabulous whiskey. Fabulous whiskey. Seriously, at Catnap G. Okay. All right, here we are. Oh, hey, Quig, are you looking forward to trying that Catalan? I too have one on the way. All thanks to the 6th. Yes, um, I will be trying it, but it will be sometime before I get to it. I still have quite a few things. I'm a little anal that way. I usually open bottles in the sequence in which I have acquired them. So, if I acquired a bottle of Catalan on the 22nd of March, but I acquired something else sometime in February, the bottle that I got in February will open. I will open that before I open the one in March. And I still have quite a few bottles. I have a lot of bottles this year because I had that premium spirit. No, the summer spirit release. What did I get? 17 or 18 bottles there. And I had a bunch of bottles from before that. The Catalan is one of those. And yeah, I'll open it eventually, but I've got other things too. I'll get there. I'll get there when I get there. There's no rush. Life is long enough, I think. Okay, what is this? Glengarry 12 is one of my absolute favorite. Yes, I love this stuff too. Any Glengarry. I've got the 4. What's the one? It's the Renaissance Chapter 4. Beautiful stuff. I've also got their wine, ex-wine barrel finish, or ex-wine barrel matured whiskey. Beautiful but expensive. Really nice. Yes, Glengarry. Wonderful stuff. Let's hear. Catnap says to Jason Coates, it is hands down time best through the price. I'm yet to try the highly acclaimed Aaron 10 to see if it can beat the Glengarry 12. I don't think it will. And I'm quite sure that your feelings saying that you don't think it will, I think you're right. I don't reach for that 10-year-old Aaron that often. It's a nice whiskey. Don't get me wrong. It's a nice whiskey. But it is no Glengarry 12. You're right. I'm with you on that. Oh my goodness, where are we now? Oh, they're jumping at you guys you're faster than I am. The recycling guys are going to think some stuff went down this week. Well, I usually have 2 tote boxes, and they're back there, right back there. And when those 2 tote boxes are full of empty bottles, I take them down to the recycling depot, and they pay me $0.10 a bottle. So hopefully I've got 50 bottles at a time so I can get a $5 bill. And that's part of the goal of tonight, to get a few more bottles together so I can go to recycling and get rid of them. Yeah. And here we are with Cato saying happy birthday, Quig. Thank you very much, Cato. Slanchava. That one's gone. That's our Singleton, Duff Town, gone. Now, let's get the last of this in there. Oh, yeah. This here is a little bit bigger, a bigger dram. It's a little more, but that's okay. I'll have to get some more water soon-ish. Here we are with Jason Coates saying at Catnap G, the Aaron is so different. Apples and oranges, but quality is pretty even between the two if you ignore the stylistic differences. Yeah, but the thing is, You got to go with what your stylistic preferences are. And I find it hard to beat Glengeely. It's one of my favorite distilleries. Oh, the chocolate malt and the Sauternes, fantastic. I love this stuff. Good thing I have another bottle back there, and I think I might be able to get some more. This is a go-to bottle. This is the Low and McKinnon chocolate malt Sauternes, and it's a local product too. It's made in on the mainland, but it's a British Columbia product. Yeah. Wow, chocolate malt and Sauternes cask. That sounds good and rich. Yes, it is. Am I sending you a sample? Let me check that. Just a moment. Go around the notes. Canadian Rockies. Pine Creek. Yeah. 2 brewers. Goodrich and Williams. Goodrich and Williams. Okay, tell you what, Tim. I can send you a sample of that because I do have another bottle, if that's what you'd like. It is good and rich. It's bottled at 43% alcohol by volume. So it's not going to kill you and choke you to death. But it's nice. Low and McKinnon chocolate malt. Okay, I'm going to have to make a note of that and send you a sample. Because I'm getting close. Well, be another month or two before I send samples out again. I need to empty these samples in order to have bottles to send samples in back. We're down to 6 that I haven't made videos of yet. But that's it. So, yeah, I can send you some of that. And Sean says, if you were working 30 years overnights in a taxi, were you ever a listener to Coast AM? No. I'll tell you why. The reason why I didn't have the radio on was back when I started driving cab, our dispatch was on a 2-way radio. So I'd have the microphone that I could key up, and I'd have the radio, the 2-way radio, so I'd know what to do. So the dispatcher would say, car, whatever my car number was, go to so-and-so and pick up this and that. And if I had the radio on, the car radio on, I would not be able to hear the radio, the 2-way radio. So even to this day, I don't like playing a car radio in a taxi because I'm so used to, even after, 15 years since we've gone to computer dispatch, I still don't like to hear the radio in the car. In my own car, that's a different story. But in a taxi, I like silence. Besides, customers make enough noise already. They talk and talk and talk. And it's rare that I put the radio on. They may request it, and if they're sitting in the back seat, I will just put the speakers to the back. I will fade it to the back so that they can hear it, and I don't have it bombarding me from the front. So, Coast AM, I have heard of it. What's the name of that guy? I have heard Coast AM a few times, but the last time was many years ago. maybe 20 years ago. And it was on my night off, I'm pretty sure. All right. Whiskey Mystery says to Jason Coates, I don't agree with my own reviews sometimes. Damn, this is good. Chocolate malt. Sauterne. This is a go-to for me. I just hope that I can still get some, because eventually the supply will run out. From what I understand, Lowen and McKinnon make a whiskey for a while, and they make a batch or two, and then it's no more. But this is a winner, a super winner. Catnap G says to Jason Coates, interesting. Yeah, I think my way of looking at it is only comparing by quality, not styles, but that is good info. Okay, great. Let's hear. Whiskey Mystery. Yeah, you hated Springbank on first encounter. Yeah, well, you know, I hated Talisker too when I first tried it. Now Talisker 10 is like an old friend of mine. I did not put local barley 9 on the shelf. Wow. What's this here? Oh, you're going to see Cindy? Awesome. Would it be too self-indulgent of me to request a blast from the past food video? Love those vids. We might go dining out, and if we do, I will probably shoot some video of it. Yeah, it may happen. Yeah, I think it will happen. We're going to be together for a while, so yeah. Yeah, she invited me over, so I said, yeah, okay. This will be a change of scene. It gets me away from work. It gets me away from Victoria, because I can use that. I can use a change of scenery. It's good for me. And I had already bought multiple backups. That I do not regret. Okay. And we're talking about local barley 9 on the shelf. Okay. I've had one of those Renaissance chapters 3, I think. It was very good. Not all that far off the 12, no. But more expensive than the 12, but they're all good. All of those Renaissance chapters were excellent. And I think I can still get some, but the 4 was hard to get. The 4 I had to buy from Alberta, and it was expensive. But I think I can still get chapter 1 and 2, maybe 3. At a local shop. I haven't been in there lately, so I don't know what they got now. And over here, we got Donna Pass saying, it's all personal taste. Glengarry 12 is very well made, and I get elements that remind me of the new Longmorn 16, but just didn't connect with it. Maybe I should get another bottle. It's a good price. You know, Glengarry 12 is nice, but I prefer the Glengarry non-age statement Founders Reserve. See if you can get some Founders Reserve. That stuff is nice. I like it. And of course, if you can get any from the Renaissance series, do it. Do it, Phil. Do it. We got Jason Coates. I wasn't a fan of Springbank 10. I really tried, but the 15 blew away. One of the best I've ever had. It actually beat the Glendronach 21. It's actually similar, just with a bit of smoke. Okay. Springbank 15, the last time I had that was about 6 or 7 years ago, and I really did enjoy it. I could have bought some more last year, but I didn't. But Springbank 15 is, yeah, a lot better than Springbank 10. I'll concur with you on that. Jason Coates says, Catnap G funny. I scored Springbank 10 a 90 Not many get 90s, but I actively hate the 15. Really? Huh. Interesting how tastes can differ. And Catnap G says that Jason Coates, our first disagreement. Let's still be friends, laughing out loud. Yeah. We're all friends here as far as I know. If we agree every time the whiskey debates will be super boring. That's why I like G Whiskey, even though I think he's nuts. I'm going to have to subscribe to this character, don't you think? Okay, let's see now. G Whiskey, eh? Let's see if I can get him. G Whiskey. Is it whiskey with the E or whiskey with no E? Okay. G Whiskey. G Whiskey. 3.89K subscribers, 191 videos. Welcome. We're all about whiskey here. Whiskey lists, reviews, and more. Okay, I'll subscribe to him. See if I wouldn't mind disagreeing with somebody for a change. All right, back to StreamYard. Here we are. Catnap says, interestingly enough, Jason Whiskey did not like the Chapter 4 Glengarry, but I love it. I guess you must love oak. It's a little more oaky than the others, but it's nice. I like it. Can't complain. Every Glengarry I have tried has been wonderful. So, you know where my tastes are. Jason, you mean Whiskey Jason, right? The guy in Germany, the crazy guy in Germany who does whiskey, and yeah, he leans more towards Irish whiskey and that kind of thing. He's only starting to get into peat. I mean, Whiskey Jason. No, I know he didn't like the Chapter 4. And Catnap says that Jason Coates, good point, and ironically, I agree with you. There we are. Okay. Donner Pass has been pouring ones for you too, but will also be a while till I have a full set to send. That's okay. That's okay. I don't mind. I'm patient. I know it's probably the same story with the Mount Muser with Eric. There you go. No worries. It's all good, Tim. Laughing out loud, says Jason Coates. Okay. Catnap says, what would you say are your current 5 favorite whiskeys? Oh, don't do this to me. Fuck. I hate numbers. I hate ranking things. Uh-oh. There's a message on my phone. Somebody just sent me a message saying, hey, and I said, hey, sup? Current 5 favorite whiskeys. Oy vey. I've got like 100 bottles open. How do I choose? Uh-oh. I'm sorry, I'm being distracted. Oh, this thing is trying to make me... Yeah, okay. Good thing I have the phone here. 5 current favorite whiskeys. Yeah. Huh. Can I narrow that down to 50? Let's see now. Been enjoying a lot of whiskeys lately. I don't do these top 5, top 10 lists very well. Well, this one. This one's up there. The Lowen McKinnon chocolate malt, matured in Sauternes cask. Ah, that's lovely. That's really good. Redbreast 12. Redbreast, what is it, 21 cask strength. There's a couple there. What else has really impressed me lately? Taketsuru, Japanese whiskey. Taketsuru. Shelter Point, Prohibition. Lefroy, 10-year-old cask strength. There's so many good ones. So many really good ones. Macaloni's Glenloy, it's really good. There's Sherry Brach is good too. Is that 5? Okay. Art Bell, of course, Art Bell. That's right, Art Bell. Yeah. Art Bell was the old host. It hasn't been as good since. And I haven't listened in probably 8 years. Well, it's been more than 8 years since I've heard it. So there you go. I think I heard Art Bell back in the day, once or twice. But it's not something that I followed avidly. Been considering getting back into Bunnahabhain 12. I remember liking but not loving it. If my palate is more developed now, I'm wondering if I'd like it more or less, but don't want to pay so much to find out. Well, I'll tell you what. My experience is that I liked it enough back in the day when I first tried it years ago. And I recently came back and tried it again, and I liked it a lot more. So I'm thinking that your experience will improve if you try Bunnahabhain 12 again. I just think so. I just have this really strong feeling. Enjoy the bottle, kills that food quick night all. Night Phil, Night Deepa, if you're still around. Ben of the North. Cheers, Food Quig, Jason Coates, and everyone. Cheers. Jason Coates says, hey, Ben. Ben of the North, I think he used to be Ben Demon Hunter. Yeah, I think so. Donner Pass says, Whiskey Mystery, will we see what happened with the auction bottles? Oh, good question. The GG Founders Reserve is on the shelf here, I think. I may have to check it out. Oh, Glengarry, yes. Oh, Founders Reserve. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Donner Pass says hi to Ben of the North. Ben says, howdy, Tam. And if you ever want to try an absolute top-tier bourbon, go for the Old Forester 1920. Yeah, if I can find it around here. Springbank 15 is like that. It's either your favorite or you never want to see one again. I liked it. In fact, I liked it more than other Springbanks that I tried, but I haven't tried all that many. Now that's better. Name back to normal. Oh, there you go. Oh, shit. Catnap says to Jason Coates, if you love Glendronach 21, then if you ever have a SP15, try the 2 back-to-back. The 15 is actually richer by a hair. I don't know from Glendronach 21. I had a sample once, but it didn't really do much for me. I also had the Glendronach 18, and I didn't really like it. My favorite Glendronach, I think, was the peated Glendronach that I had once. The peat just gave it something more interesting. But that's me. Donner Pass says, a lot of people have had Springbank 15s they really didn't like. Every batch is different, and I guess there are some stinker 15s out there. The ones I've had were great. Well, I've had one or so, and it was good. A sample was sent to me by Aquavite. He sent out a sample pack with like 6 samples in it, and for me to try them all and rank them all. And the Springbank 15 was one of the best in there. Very similar, just with a cloud of smoke. That would probably be that Springbank Funk. And I hope I never get a stinker 15. That is a depressing thought. Well, it is what it is. There is batch variation at times, you know. Jason Coates says, oh, you up for a bit? That's the question I get. Sure. You up for a bit? Yeah, I'm up. Okay, there we are. That's a message. Jason Coates says to Catnap G, I've had both. I wouldn't even put them in the same paragraph personally. Bear in mind, batch variation on the Springbank can be very wide. Mine was a very poor batch. Ah, there you go. Okay. Thought SP had great quality control. Well, I don't know. Happy birthday, says Ben. Thank you. And what year was your 15? Was it black or green box? It was the one that said Springbank, 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 Springbank all over it. It was an older one. I think it was a black box. Springbank is just too small to not have variation. Really, there you go. Have you ever had a bad 10? You're asking me? I've had a couple of 10s and they were quite different from each other. I wouldn't say that they were both terrible or either of them were terrible. They were just different from each other. Jason Coates says it was a 2018 green box. Okay. Nope, I've had 4 or 5 10s and they were all good. Not identical, but pretty consistent. Okay. Oh, I had the black box. Now I'm wondering if I should go crazy with Springbank once it's available again at Prestige Wines. I was going to invest a pretty penny. I wouldn't bother, really. Don't let fear of missing out get you. Irish whiskey or single malt, says Arfan Khan. It depends on the mood. Usually it's single malt. And sometimes it's single malt Irish whiskey if I'm not feeling like pot still at the moment. But pot still can be so damn good, and single malt can be equally good. I have trouble deciding which to choose. I just have to see how much single malt I have and how much Irish I have. And the single malt, The single malt outnumbers the Irish like 7-1. So you can maybe guess that's where I'm at. Okay. Only have had Springbank 10 twice. First was a sample from Chris Beaton, yes. And then a 3/4 bottle from Sean Kincaid, both Alberta Peeps. Okay. There you are. Food Quick picks Redbreast, eh? The next Irish my brother wants to pick up. Redbreast 12, but it's got to be the cast strength. The cast strength is so much better. And then there's Redbreast 21. Oh, fantastic. On the topic of Glengarry, how are you enjoying that $400 wine cask finish bottle? The couple drams I've had from it were excellent. It's still mostly full. So that's one that I will reach for on rare occasions when I really feel like it. Good stuff. If you were ever going to drop 400 on a whiskey, I'm glad it was a Glengarry. Yeah. Well, there you go. Me too. I'm glad it was a Glengarry. Because me to drop 400 on a bottle is rare. I went past that one several times for, what was it, 3 or 4 years until I finally pulled the trigger and grabbed one. Yep. But it took me 3 or 4 years of going past it and going past it and going past it and going past it. And then finally, fuck, let's go. You're mine. I'm still pinching myself with the luck I had here at the Manitoba Liquor Commission's massive price error for the Glengarry 18 Chapter 4. It was $79.99. It flew off the shelves. Got 3. You barsted. $79.99? Feck. What did I pay for that? It was like a $300 bottle. Wowie kazowie. Ben Demon Hunter is interested in peated Glendronach, if you can find it. It was available one time and I grabbed it when I saw it. It was the best Glendronach I had, in my opinion, but I kind of lean towards peat. Dunnerpass says, great picture makes me think of Bollywood. Huh? What did Arfud Khan say? Irish whiskey or single malt, okay. What picture is he talking about? Oh, the picture on his. Oh, I see. I see what he's talking about. That is kind of a Bollywood-like picture. Okay, there we are. We're back to Sean here saying the catnap. Gee, what should the price have been? Catnap says Mark from Whiskey Whistle actually doesn't care for Redbreast 12 cast strength. Well, I would say that's his problem, not mine, because the Redbreast 12 is wonderful. Cast strength is wonderful. That cast strength is wonderful. That's it. There's so many variables, and each one of us is different. So we're all going to experience everything in our own way. Hey, man, just want to say that you have a very wholesome personality, and I love watching your reviews when I get hellstone. Well, sure. As long as you enjoy watching. Cool. Very cool. Yeah. Well, seeing as it around 200 in Alberta, one would think it would be around 250 here. 250 in Manitoba for, what was it again? I forget. Oh, right. Glengarry, Chapter 4. I think I paid a lot more than that for it. I think it was 250 from Alberta. Yeah, that's about right. Okay. And Sean says, whoa, yeah, whoa, exactly. I've heard you express a few times how great Mac Glenloy is. I could get one, but I have the Invermalley X bourbon. Would you say the quality is on par? I would say that the Glenloy beats the Invermalley X bourbon hands down. The Invermalley X bourbon was okay, but Glenloy was way better. In fact, I think the X bourbon Invermalley was the least good Invermalley that I've tried. Believe it or not. Sean, yeah, greatest price error in our liquor commission's history. Wow, yeah, no kidding, no shit. Yeah. Yeah. We're just about done with this stuff. That would be our Low and McKinnon. And I'm caught up with the chat. Look at that. What do you know? We still got 11 people watching. And I've been on for an hour and a half and a bit. Pretty good. Well, that's another dead bottle. I'm going to have to get some more water. And turn on the exterior light. Okay. All right. I'm back. Now, I'm going to go for 46. 45. Okay. 45% alcohol by volume. We're working our way up in strength. This is the 5-year-old 90 from Highwood Distillers in Alberta, in High River, Alberta. It's 5 years old. It's cheap and good. P-break. Yes, exactly. That's what it was. Oh, forgot the water. Okay. And if you just noticed a fart on the way out of the room, it was because I had beans and sauerkraut to eat earlier today. Okay. Donner Pass says, always nice to find a mismarked bottle. Last summer, a little place I shop had 2 old pre-Viking type Highland Park 18. One was $99.99. The other was $149.98. Guess which one I bought? Yeah, no shit. Kind of awkward coming with both of them to the till. Very awkward. Good and cheap. 100% corn whiskey. Nice. I don't see any pre-Viking Highland Park 18. I don't see any pre-Viking Highland Park at all. I managed to get a 15-year-old that's in a porcelain bottle. Haven't opened that yet. I'll get around to it eventually. Oh, I'm being awkward. Awkward. Spilling my water. Well, at least I'm not spilling whiskey. That's good. Yeah. And Jason Coates says he likes the new 15 in the ceramic bottle. Yeah, I'm going to be opening that sometime. I managed to get one. Good catch at Catnap G. Huh. Yeah, no kidding. You can get bottles for that much cheaper than normal. Just wonderful. Corn whiskey at its finest. Corn sweetness. Corn. Yeah, I got the ceramic bottle. I'm going to have to. Oh, what do we got here? Very much desire to possess a Highland Park Valkyrie. Well, I've had that one. Let me check on that for a second. Let me see. Highland Park. There was one that I liked a lot from that Valkyrie series. Oh, Highland has 2 H's in it. Yeah, it does. No wonder. Okay. Highland Park 12, Highland Park 16, Highland Park, Valfather, Valknut, and Valkyrie. Okay. I've had 3 from that series, all right? I have had the Valkyrie, which didn't really do it for me. I had the Valknut, which I loved, and the Valfather, the one I liked the most was the Valknut from that series. So Valkyrie, I wouldn't really, myself personally, I would not be coveting the Valkyrie. I had it. In fact, the Valkyrie was the first from that series, correct? I preferred the Magnus to the Valkyrie. I bought the Magnus after I bought the Valkyrie, and I was finished with the Magnus before I finished the Valkyrie. And then the Valknut was wonderful. And then the third from the series, the Valfather, was meh, so-so. But that's my take on that series. Highland Park is kind of a hit or a miss, but I still end up buying some examples of it. Donner Pass says the same shop has one old Highland Park 15 for $89.99. Already bought one and it was good, but don't want another. They had Dark Origins for that price too, but they're all gone. That's good. Yes, Dark Origins has got to be my favorite Highland Park that I've ever tried. And the last time I got a bottle was about a year ago, and it disappeared in no time flat. Wonderful whiskey. Dark Origins, yes, that one gets my vote. Absolutely. And here we got Nick 5 says, favorite bottle of whiskey under $60. Would that be $60 US or $60 Canadian? And you spell it with an E, does that imply that it has to be Irish or American? Under $60. Huh. You know my typical response. This one will do. But my favorite, I think it was the last one I had. DeLow and McKinnon chocolate malt, aged in Sauternes barrels or Sauternes casks. That's wonderful stuff. This will do. But favorite under $60. How about Cutty Sark Prohibition? Bottled at 50% alcohol by volume and delicious. I would go with Cutty Sark Prohibition. I really would. Okay, and here we got Velvety Candy Apple says, Trudeau giving out those whiskey weed bucks literally, apparently by the updated size of that poison mantle behind you. I want to visit your country someday soon. No, none of this came from Trudeau. This all came from tips to ensure proper service from driving taxi. Yeah, sure, come and visit. What have you got to lose? But none of this was given to me by Trudeau. I worked hard for every milliliter of it. Cute comment, though. Jason Coates says, I did enjoy the Valkanut. Did try the others in the series. Well, you didn't miss anything, okay? You had the best one, in my opinion. My humble opinion. The Valkanut was the best one. We only had the HP 12, nothing special. Highland Park 12, yeah, it's okay. Not something that I would actually actively go searching out, but it's nice. US, okay, $50 US. Yeah, what did I say? I said something just a moment ago. Yeah, Cutty Sark Prohibition. Under $60 US. Favorite whiskey under 60 Canadian? Ardmore Legacy? Nah, I'm not so keen on Ardmore Legacy. Yeah, no, Ardmore Legacy. I was disappointed with that one. Under 60 Canadian. Boy. You guys, you're real taskmasters. You know that. Under 60 Canadian. I'm just looking at my bar, trying to think what's cheap. Cheap thrills. What have I got here that I'm trying to finish tonight? Oh, that's not it. Okay. Yeah. $60 Canadian. That's quite a constraint. $60 Canadian. I typically think nothing of spending $100 on a bottle. But since you're doing this to me, it's going to take me a moment. Hold on. Oh, I'm just seeing $100 bottles. Under 60 bucks Canadian, and I have to choose one. Well, how about one that I had recently? Under 60 bucks Canadian, the Irishman. It's a blend of Irish single malt, 70%, and 30% Irish pot still whiskey. It's bottled at 40% ABV, so it's not very strong. It's not going to kill you, and it's not going to break your bank either. That's the one that comes to mind right now. And what's here? Velvety candy apples. Honorable working man, I respect. Thank you. Ben Demon Hunter says, Jason Coates, when your grandmother died in 2020, we went to BC, and my brother gave me the Valkanut, and I loved it. There you go, Ben. Yeah, you concur with me. That's good. Yeah, I want to see BC. Okay. Just bring cash. That's what BC stands for. Bring cash. Paul M says, bonne fête à Food Quig. Merci beaucoup. And here we are. Ben Demon Hunter is back. Very good. And Northern Territory, if I have the energy and resources. Oh, best trip I ever did. Started here in southern BC. My dad flew in from Montreal and got together with us in Vancouver. Then we drove up towards Whistler, and then towards Cache Creek, and then towards 100 Mile House, and then Fort Nelson, I think it's called. And then we drove the Alaska Highway all the way up through the Northwest Territory, not Northwest Territories, but through the Yukon and up to Fairbanks in Alaska. And then we went down towards the Kenai Peninsula, Soldotna, and places like that, Stewart. And we took a tour. The tour was a boat tour to see like birds that live on the cliffs, and we saw sea lions, and we saw whales and orcas, and it was just a wonderful trip. Then we went to Valdez, where they load the crude oil onto the ships, and then we drove along the pipeline all the way up to Tok Junction. From Tok Junction, we went to the top of the world highway through a place called Chicken, Alaska. And we ended up at the other end of the top of the world highway in, it's in the Yukon. It's called Dawson City. When we went into a tourism place in Dawson City, there was a kind of a poster on the wall, and it was just dust and these headlights shining through the dust, and it says, "Drive the Dempster Highway." And yeah, I was in. And so my dad and I, we left Dawson City, and we drove the Dempster all the way up through Eagle Plains and into the Mackenzie River Delta and down to Inuvik. Now, we couldn't get to Tuktoyaktuk because the frozen ice highway was melted, because they have an ice highway that goes from Inuvik to Tuktoyaktuk. But because it was the middle of summer and we had 24 hours of sunlight every day, we didn't go to Tuktoyaktuk. We went to Inuvik, then we turned around, and we came back down to Whitehorse and camped in Whitehorse for a couple of days. And then from there, instead of coming back down the Alaska Highway, we came down the Stewart-Cassiar Highway, which was wild. It was the best trip of my life. And we took 3 weeks to do it. And we did it in an old GMC Suburban truck. And it was a wonderful trip. I'll never forget that. Me and my dad, we had a great time. Best trip I ever did in my life. Paul M says, cheers at Ben Demon Hunter. And Catnap is here saying, I've been thinking about getting into Klein Leash 14 as of late. Yes, but I've heard too many negative things about bad batches. I loved mine when I had it, but near the end, it just turned into a flat whiskey. Well, I'll tell you what. Klein Leash 14 has been wonderful. The first 2 or 3 bottles I had, they were wonderful. The last bottle I had was flat, like you said. I have another bottle that I haven't opened yet. And we shall see, or I shall find out, what's up with that. But Klein Leash 14, if it's got that waxy brilliance, it's perfect. But some batches don't have that waxiness. And that's the disappointing part. So you might get lucky, you might not. Klein Leash 14 is a batch variation, which I would never have believed when I first tried it back in the day. But yeah. Next, Jason. Hey, you want interaction? We give you interaction. Thank you. Thank you very much, Jason. I was answering the other fellow's question and giving my favorite. Sorry for the burden. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Sean. I can only read what I can read. If you direct it at someone, then I know that it's not for me. We had the Highland Park 12, Valknut and Valfather while watching 13th Warrior. Valknut won. Exactly. I concur. That has been my experience too. Valknut was the best from the Valkyrie, Valknut, Valfather series. There you go. And here we got favorite Scotch around under $60. Tomatin Legacy and Tomatin 12. Huh. Well, I first tried Tomatin when I heard of the Tomatin 15. The Tomatin 15 was 15-year-old whiskey aged in ex-bourbon only. I didn't get much of that. It was selling out just as I found out about it. And I went to a place here in town called the Little Jumbo. Little Jumbo is a whiskey bar, basically. And they had some 15, and I had a bottle of 15, or I had a dram of 15. And it was wonderful. Then sometime later, I found a 3-pack of 12, 15, and 18. And these were 50 milliliter samples of 12, 15, and 18. So each one was a dram. I liked the 15 more than the 12 or the 18. The 15 was the shit, and it was not available anymore. Tomatin Legacy was okay. Tomatin 12 was okay. Now I've got 3 Tomatins under my bar. One of them is a Sauterne cask, one of them is a port cask, and one is something else. I forget what exactly. But Tomatin is a distillery that I'm kind of wishy-washy on. They don't really. Some of their stuff is good, yeah. But the good stuff that I tried has been discontinued. However, I will try the 3 bottles of Tomatin that I have. And when I make videos of them, let you know. And what's going on here? Here's a great whiskey I'm always looking for but can never find. Turconnell 16. Oh, yes. Turconnell, every Turconnell I've had has been just wonderful. Yes. I concur with you on that one. Tomatin 12 is very good. Liked it a lot. Okay. What do we got here? Fazren Umarzuki. That's a new name. Hey, man. Hope you're doing well. Love you. Thank you. I'm doing great. Thanks. Thanks for dropping in. And velvety candy apples, heart. Okay, great. Donner Pass says, sample kill of the big Alberta Premium CS Batch 3 you gave me. Think this is a 4-ounce bottle? Yes. This one. I think it's limited edition. I think this is it, batch 3. Yeah, I still got a little much in there. That's I don't know if I can kill that tonight. Don't know. Did I give you that much? I had 2 bottles. The sample that I sent you was from the former bottle, and then I got this one afterwards because I gave a couple of big samples away. And when I saw this on the shelf again, I just jumped at it. Yeah. Okay, where are we at here? Yeah, I'm getting behind again. Catnap says, well, now I feel like the fool for getting 2 Invermelli ex-bourbons. Nah. Hey, if you like them, great. I just found the others to be a little bit more interesting, that's all. No big deal. I can live with less waxy Kleinlich 14s as long as they have that massive fruit up front. Oh, but, well, yeah, everyone's different, right? I like the waxiness. Yeah. Think you had a video of the 1997 New Year's snow that had that old Suburban in it. Northern California had flooded during that storm. What a great memory. Yeah, that Suburban was in that video. Yes. But it was 96. Yeah. The blizzard of 96 was just before New Year's. Just before the year turned over to 1995. And yes, there was that picture of the Suburban with the snow being at the low point at the windshield and the high point at the tailgate. It was drifting right over the vehicle. Exactly. Yeah, I missed that old truck. That's the one we went to the Yukon and Alaska and Northwest Territories in. Yeah. But here are some great whiskeys I missed out on. Old Pulteney 17 and 21. Oh, both heavenly. Lefroy 18. Yes, exactly. Dewar's 32. I don't know about Dewar's 32. I never had that, but maybe FOMO has its advantages. But Old Pulteney 17 and 21, yes. Lefroy 18, yes. Dewar's 32, I don't know. But I don't know. I don't have FOMO. I got enough whiskeys to do me, you know. And if I miss a particular Springbank or a particular Lefroy, it's not the end of the world for me, you know. I've got lots of stuff. But there you are. Van Diemen Hunter hasn't had any Tomatin 14 or 15. 14. Was that a sherry cask? I think it might have been. I don't remember. But I remember the Tomatin 15 ex-bourbon barrel only was fantastic. I'm a bit of an amateur. Never had anything beyond 12 years. Oh, well, I'll tell you from what experience I have. I usually like my whiskey if it's a Scotch, if it's a single malt Scotch, around 15 years old. 15, 16, 13, 14, around that age is usually the best. After it gets beyond 18, some 18-year-olds are wonderful, such as the Lefroy 18 that was just mentioned by Catnap G. But beyond the 18-year mark, they just get more expensive than they are worth. So you're paying a lot of money for 21-year-old whiskey that isn't better than something that is younger. In my opinion, 18-year-old is about the cutoff point. If I buy something older than 18 years, it's going to be a really rare occurrence. I've done it before, like for the old Pulteney 21, yeah, but those are few and far between. Or the 21-year-old Redbreast. Oh yeah, for sure. Bring it on. Some of the greatest whiskeys are 12 and under. Yes, that is true too. Absolutely. I'd argue 12 and under whiskeys are some of the most honest whiskeys. You could say that. Please keep in mind my whiskey journey is quite small. No worries. We all learn as we go, right? I'm still learning. I'm always learning. What's happening here? 4-ounce sample bottles? Well, you can blame those on a guy in North Ontario whose name is Mike Menert. Mike Menert sent me some, well, freaking mason jars. Mason jars with whiskey in them. And this one is going to go, this is the Dunriach Smoky 12 that is going to go to I've been drinking a lot, so I forget people's names. Eric, the malt user. And I still got 4 of those 4-ounce mason jars. 2 of them are going to Eric, and 2 of them are going to Donner Pass whiskey. Yep, but they're already filled. They're already ready to go. I just have a few more sample bottles to taste and then refill with stuff and send out. Yeah. You can blame that on Mike Menert in North Ontario. Sean says to catnap. And up to 12 is what I can come to terms with spending at this point. But I'm enjoying modest priced Canadian whiskey and blended scotch. Perfect. Not a problem there. There's a lot of good stuff there. Check out the Prohibition from Cuddy Sark if you haven't yet. That's one that I like a lot. And Jason Coates loves the waxiness, but I've never had such bold melon notes as I get on Clynelish 14, and that's just magic for my palate. Melon notes. Interesting. I will have to look for that next time I go for Clynelish 14. And I have a bottle, but I haven't opened it yet. So, melon notes. Hopefully, it's a good batch that I get, and I will detect the melon notes along with the waxiness that I hope will be there. Ben Demon Hunter says that Jason Coates still haven't had any Clynelish 14 soon. Well, hope you get a good batch too, because the ones that are not the good batch are not really worth. I don't know. I had one bottle that was not up to par. Catnap says, Sean, here's an idea that worked for me when I'm on a budget and want to try higher end whiskeys. I buy half as much whiskey and just pay twice as much for it. Okay. Whenever Lucas decides to buy one, who's Lucas? I don't even know. Now you've lost me. Sorry. Tomatin 14 port. Okay. Now I understand. I could believe that. Right. Sean says to Catnap, yet as long as there are a couple good bottles of Barrel Select and Alberta Premium to bridge the gap. And we're talking Barrel Select from 40 Creek. Go for the copper pot. It might be a couple dollars more, but it's so much better. And Alberta Premium, it's Alberta Premium is wonderful. For the price, you can't beat it. Quig, I'll check out the Prohibition. Do that if you can find it. It's nice. Lots of caramel, butterscotch. It's a wonderful blended whiskey. Sean, where are you located? Says Rand. Bandima Hunter says, howdy, Chris. Okay, now Sean saying Manitoba. Okay, he's in Manitoba. I'm trying to click on this. Here we are. Cheers at Sean from Red Deer. Oh, Red Deer, Alberta. Yeah, okay. Cool. Small world. Hey, Ben, says Sean. And other side says, how was the Port Escague 12? Have I had Port Escague 12? You're asking me? Let me check. Port Escague. It says on my video here, yet another fine expression of Port Escague. I can't seem to get enough of these. Well, that should tell you right now. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Yep. Port Escague 12. Nice. Mm. Mm. Still got 10 people watching. Wow. And we've been on for 2 hours and 18 minutes. Nice. What's happening here on my phone? Mm-hmm. Let's put a little. There we go. I'm just answering my phone. Sorry. Oh, yeah, I like that stuff. Port Escague. Nice. Okay, I'm about an hour into Sunday time for bed. Happy birthday again, and I hope you enjoy your vacation. Looking forward to your next live stream. Cheers. Thank you, Chris. All right, that's the next thing here from Ben Demon Hunter. Almost done my dram of Grain Henge Elevator Roll Batch 1. Has anyone else had either the Elevator Roll Batch 1 or Grain Henge's first whiskey release? Meeting Creek Batch 1. Huh. I never heard of that. Grain Henge. Where's that from? Is it an Alberta thing? Never seen or heard of that. There you go. And Sean just poured a McClellan's Isla. Cheap and good. Yep. Both cheap and good. Excellent. Good stuff. And here we have Port Escague 100 proof was spectacular. Need a second bottle. Yes, Ben. Port Escague is wonderful. I haven't had a bad one. And here we have Herrick Retief saying happy birthday. Well, it's still my birthday. Yeah, it's only 10:51 p.m., so it's not the 3rd of July yet. But where you are, it is the 3rd of July. So there you go. Good to see you, Herrick. Nice to have you with us. And here is Donner Pass saying hi, Herrick. And Whiskey Lover Society, Herrick saying hi, Tim. And yeah, here we are. Greenhenge Distillery is the whiskey from the Troubled Monk Brewery located in Red Deer at Food Quick. Okay. I've never seen that come here. It's going to take a while, maybe. Gosh. We've downed this one too. This one is downed. See. 5-year-old 90. That's 4 bottles down. And in 2 hours and 22 minutes, that's not bad. You know, that's that's a nice drinking pace. That's not rushing it. That's just, yep. And here Ben Demon Hunter is saying, cheers, Hert. And it's the 3rd by me, says Hert. The 3rd. Yeah, it's the 3rd. It'll be the 3rd here in an hour and a bit. So, yeah, kind of. Great. We've got 4 bottles down there and 1 here. Should I have a dram of this? This is killer. That is one super big dram of the Alberta Premium Cask Strength Rye Whiskey, 63.7% ABV. So if I slur my words just a little bit, you'll know why. Great. Okay, what else is going on? I'm gonna have to get some more water to drink and stay hydrated. So I will be back in just a couple moments here while I take care of a bodily function or so, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back with a full glass of water to go with my quig-sized dram of 63.7% alcohol by volume whiskey. And let's see here. Donner Pass says to Ben Demon Hunter, just looked up Red Deer on Google Maps. You are up north. Looks like a beautiful place. The north is beautiful. Granehenge Elevator Row Batch 1 was only 440 bottles, so only available by ordering it Canada-wide from the distillery or visiting the distillery. Hopefully later releases will have more available. Okay, and this is in Red Deer, right? Okay. Never heard of it. Cheers, Ben. At the airport in Addis Ababa, so internet is very slow. You globetrotter, you. Addis Ababa. I would have to Google map that because I don't know where it is. Ooh. Ooh. Just a little bit harsh at 63.7%. Add a little bit of water. Make it more drinkable. Wow, that's hot. Okay. Now what's going on here? Donner Pass Whiskey. September will be 20 years that I've lived here. Okay. I'm still a country boy living in the city. Yes, it is a beautiful city, but still want to over back home to the real world. Ha ha ha. I understand. I understand completely. When I was a kid, we used to go into the Laurentians. We would leave Montreal for the whole summer. And we would go into the Laurentians, and there my mother's uncle had a property. And the property had a little cabin on it. I mean, there was a house up on a hill, but we were in this little cabin at the bottom of the hill right by the lake. And we had a sandy beach on which I could build sand castles. And we had the woods surrounding us, and it was beautiful. You didn't see any neighbors. It was just a wonderful place. And unfortunately, this thing does not belong to any part of my family anymore for the last few years. And I haven't been there since, I think it was 2009, the last time I was there. I made a video of it. I don't know if it's on this channel or if it's on my main channel, but the video, as far as I know, is still up. And it was nice growing up, at least in summer, in the country. And you know, I'd like to do that again someday after I'm retired and I don't have to work. I would like to stay out in the country where it's cheaper than in the city. Yeah. The real world, yeah. The uncomplicated, unstupid real world. Catnap says, maybe I can contact McAloney's Distillery and ask if I can trade the 2 ex-bourbon Invermally for 2 Glenmont's. This is the power your influence has over me, Quig. Rotsaruck. Rotsaruck. I wish you Rotsaruck. I think the Glenloys were more expensive than the ex-bourbon Invermellies. And there's another problem now. Now that Macaloni's and the Scotch Whiskey Association has settled their differences and their litigation, Macaloni's is not allowed to call their whiskey Invermelly or Glenloy anymore. It's done. Their future bottles will not be called Invermelly or Glenloy. So you have a problem there. I recently ordered their latest release. There are 3 triple distilled whiskeys from Macaloni's, and they have Irish sounding names, none of which are Invermelly or Glenloy. Anyway, they're all triple distilled whiskeys, and I would look it up right now, but yeah, I'm getting tired and I'm getting lazy, so I'm not going to look it up right now. But I do have those 3 whiskeys, these 3 triple distilled Irish style whiskeys from Macaloni's, and I will be getting into them eventually. Just be patient. It'll be a while. The Draminator says, Quig, you have a monopoly on the airwaves tonight. Great job, buddy boy. Cheers. Cheers. Only 11 people watching? That's not a monopoly, I don't think. I don't know. Wow. This stuff requires a lot of water to wash it down. Yeehaw. Yahoo. Okay. Catnap G, just checked. The Old Forester 1920 is currently on sale at Craft for $65. That's a great deal. I think it is a great deal. That is a great deal. You're tearing me, you're tearing me right apart because I have bought a lot of whiskey lately and I have a massive credit card bill. And if I was to buy that, I would have to buy the $40 or so of shipping plus 3 or 4 other whiskeys to make it worthwhile. Right now, I'm just, I got enough whiskey to sit on. Not in a rush to buy anything. Have you tried the Glen Grant 18? It was so close to getting the 15 because of all the great reviews, but yours and Ralphie's disappointment was so compelling. I didn't buy it and skeptical about the 18 now. I don't know. I've never got the 18. I like the 12 just fine. Glen Grant 18, I don't know anything about it. Yeah. Glen Grant 18. Never heard of it, never seen it, never bought it. Maybe someday I'll get to try it. I don't know. I'm still drinking this wicked juice here. This is our Alberta Premium Cask Strength, 63.7%. I think I added some water to that. Jason Coates is not sure Ralphie's reviews are reliable anymore. Well, I don't know. I take anyone's reviews worth a grain of salt because the only things that matter to me are what I like. And if Ralphie doesn't like, or if Ralphie likes something that I don't like, well, however, usually he's pretty close to what I experience. So I see his point, but he does get a bit preachy at times. And the only reviews that you can really rely on are your own. Taste it for yourself, try it for yourself. Don't take somebody else's word for it. And don't take my word for it. Please don't. Try it for yourself, and then you will know if it's for you or not. That's all I can say about that. G Whiskey also didn't care for Portiskeag 100 proof. Laughing out loud. You might like the guy, but won't agree with many of his reviews. Okay, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be fun. Donner Pass says Glen Grant is pretty expensive for a 43% chill filtered bottle. The 15 was very hot and not so good. Yeah, I concur. The 15 sucked. The 15 sucked. We just did we finish that yet? No. Oh, we still have some. We still have some. Glen Grunt, 15, and a little bit in there. That's going to be my next tour, I think. No, maybe not. Maybe the one before the next. Anyways, I have some. Yeah, and it was very hot and not so good. Exactly. So you and I and Ralphie agree on the 15 Glen Grant. I don't know about the 18. I've never seen that anywhere. It probably hasn't made it to my part of the world. Okay, what? G Whiskey also put Spring Night 10 as a number one. The number 110 out there? I didn't find it that special. Aaron 10 would be better. Okay, moving on. Donner Pass Whiskey. So I heard that about the 15, and thus we'll never find out for sure. There you go. Well, I told you what I thought, and Ralphie said his part. And Jason says, I used to feel the same, but lately he's gone political about official bottlings, and I think it's clouding his judgment. Yeah, like I said, I think Ralphie is getting kind of preachy and political, yeah. Doesn't stop me watching him, though. Although I don't always agree with everything he says. I cannot stress more that you got to make up your own mind about what is good and what is not, and what is to be coveted and what is to be forgotten about. Don't take anybody's word. Try for yourself. Unless I get a free sample. Yeah, of course. That's good advice, but a lot of people can't try 600 whiskeys themselves. They rely on reviews to help guide them. Well, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm a bit of a renegade in that regard that I gotta try everything for myself. Just because you say it's good or not good doesn't mean that I will or won't like it. But that's me. I'm like that. What else we got here? Try it yourself, absolutely. Yes, Ben, that's what I'm saying. Because you never know for sure. Anybody can say anything they want, but if you don't, if you like it and they don't, you're missing out. And that's what I say to everyone. Well, try it yourself. Yes. Then you know. R says sup. I don't know. I'm drinking whiskey. I'm emptying some bottles. They got 9 viewers, and I've been on for 2 hours and 42 minutes. That's all. And been preaching Aaron's virtue since before they got trendy. Springbank 10 still murders it. Have you tried things like Macri Moore? Macri Moore is very good. Have you tried the Aaron Bodega? Aaron 10. I don't know. I haven't had Springbank 10 in a while, so I don't know. Invermally port wine cast finish. Oh my goodness. It was pretty good, but I preferred the red wine. Political about Scotch whiskey. It's been quite a while since I've seen a recent video by Ralphie. Yeah. Well, check him out. He does a couple videos a week. I don't usually miss them. Yeah, he gets kind of opinionated about a lot of things. 4 or 5 years ago, there were several independent Glen Grant 22-year cask strength second fill bourbon casks out there that were amazing and a good price. Wish I had another one of those. Well, Tim, I suggest you dream on because that's probably not going to happen, unfortunately. Jason says, or take people's word, but understand that this is all subjective. Yes, very much so. Very subjective. Every statement we make is an opinion, whether we qualify it as such explicitly. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's only an opinion. It doesn't mean it's carved in stone and it's not gospel and it is what it is. It's just an opinion. If you disagree with my opinion, that's fine. I don't care. I am too FWIW for what it's worth. I've tried at least 500 whiskeys and I have at least 800 opinions. But a lot of people come to Whiskey Tube for help. All I'm saying. Yeah. I don't know. It's a journey, and sometimes I will agree with someone who's trying whiskey and I'll be on the same page with them, or I'll go my own way. And you can come my way with me, or you can go their way with them. That's okay. Enjoy it the way you like it. You don't have to agree with me. I don't expect you to. If you do, that's great, you know. But if you don't, that's okay too. I'm very easygoing about that. Jason Coates loves Macri Moore. It's good stuff, yes. Last time I had it was about 4 or 5 years ago, and yeah, I liked it. You know, the new Aaron lineup isn't here yet. Yeah, I think they're doing one of these brand one of these brand renewal things or whatever they call them. Um, I don't know. Let them. The Aaron is a gem in my book. Some of them are wonderful. Yes, I agree. Definitely, it's personal taste. Over time, you can find people whose palate is similar to yours and others who are very different. I've found Quig's palate is similar to mine, but look at a lot of reviews. That's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine, Donner Pass. Perfectly fine. I don't expect you to agree with me on everything, but when you do, it's all right. Next. Pardon, I meant Aaron 18 is a gem. Okay. I've never had it, so I don't know. Okay. Guys, when I say Springbank 10 kills Aaron, that's got more to do with the Springbank than the Aaron. Aaron is one of my top 5 distilleries. There you go. Okay. And yes, Aaron 18 is good. I've never had it. I have never had Aaron 18, so I don't know how good it is. But maybe someday I will get myself a bottle or a sample. Yeah. Donner Pass had a Macri Moore cast strength batch 4 recently. Just amazing stuff with a non-smoke ask vegetable peat that is very unique. Hmm. Mind you, there are a dozen in my top 5. There you go. Now you know. Nice, Tim. I need to try the cast strength for sure. I've only had a sample from Christine. Okay. Both the old and new Aaron 18 are great. I got to try both. I've never had either of them. I love how it's peated but still tastes like Aaron. Oh man. Now you're getting me jealous. You're getting me wanting to try this thing. Wow. Wow, that would be great. Maybe someday I will get Aaron 18. Meanwhile, I'm getting to another end of the bottle. I'm still drinking this. It's down there. Alberta Premium. 63.7% ABV. Cast strength. But what do I got here? Yeah. Jura elixir. Beautiful juice. I'm going to pour myself one of these. And I do have a backup bottle, but I don't know if I'll be able to get a bottle after that because I don't think they had much left at the shop where I bought it. And it's been discontinued for some years now. Yeah. That is our Jura. Let's put a coin on it. Jura. Oh, yeah. Still got 8 viewers. Wow. We're doing good. My 18 is the original, says Jason Coates. The limited one from the white tube. I've also had the first core 18 sample from the blue bottle. Still haven't had the new one. And the 18s we're talking about are the what are the 18s? Springbank? No. Aaron, I think it was. Yeah. Okay. What's this? Sean, what 7 woods are used in Jura 7? Hell, I don't know. Can you find that out on web pages on the internet? I don't have any Jura 7 left, and I don't have any bottles left, and I don't have any boxes that it came in to tell you. I really don't know. 7 woods. I remember having a bottle of it. It didn't really strike me as that great. I don't know. Aaron 18s, yeah, okay, Aaron 18s. Has anyone here tried the Tamdhu Batch 6? What an incredible whiskey. And Quig, have you ever had the Tamdhu 15? I had a Tamdhu 12, I think. And wait, just a second. What is this? What is this? What is this? Okay, it's got a top that comes off. Wait. What is this? Batch strength, batch number. Is that an 06? I think that's an 06. Yeah. I think I got one of those. I'll be trying that eventually. In time. Fancy box. Sherry oak cask. Batch strength. Tamdhu 58.8%. Wow. I think that's a batch 6. I think it says batch 6. It's just hard to read because it's so small and it's in red. This may be a batch 5. It looks like batch 5. Hold on. Let me turn the bottle in there just a little bit. Whichever batch it is, I think I'll enjoy it. Batch number. It's in this terrible red writing that doesn't give any contrast with the black background. Batch number. No, I don't know. I can't see that. I think this is batch number 6. 15 I haven't had, but I had the 12. If that helps. I don't know. I will, no doubt, be trying that eventually. Okay, where are we at? Okay, here we are. And when talking American oak, does it mean all North American oak? Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It's all oak grown in North America. Oh, wow, that is an old one at Jason Coates. Aaron 18, okay. Hoagie Bear. Aha, we got people from Europe coming in now early. So, yeah, it's probably about 8 or 9 o'clock in Europe right now. Sean, don't know, but in my humble opinion, 6 too many needed to make solid whiskey. Okay, whatever that means. I'm not sure. Donner Pass whiskey, yup. Dusty find at local shop. They even gave me a discount to help move it. Love when that happens. That is good. Jason Coates says the Donner Pass whiskey. I did see that one already. Okay, next one. Had the Tamdu CS Batch 3. It's a great sherry bomb. Wow, okay. I'm looking forward to that. And Hoagie Bear is here still. Food Quig, happy birthday. You're late. It's already the 3rd, but that's okay. I don't care. Thank you very much. Thank you. And here we are, Jason Coates saying, cheers, Hoagie. Been a while. Yeah. I really hope Rob is right about that Cavalan. That bottle was quite the investment. Yeah, well, I hope so too. If not, well, you lose. And I've had Tamdu Batch 1 and 2, love them. Also like the 10 as a basic 43 shelfer. Yeah, the 10 was good. I like that one too. Tamdu has never disappointed me. Jason Coates, cheers. Okay. Catnap says people are already flipping the Loch Lee first release. I've heard the bottle is meh, but since it's the first, it's already worth hundreds on the secondary. I have one. I will be trying it. I will not be flipping it. I will try it. Like I try everything. And if it's meh, it's meh. So it goes. I'd rather buy whiskey just to enjoy it rather than making profit. No kidding. Exactly. I have the same ethos when it comes to whiskey. Enjoy it. It's not for profit. It's spent money. It is what it is. But these days, many will disagree. Fine, let them disagree. I don't fucking care. Okay, Quig, you mentioned you never had Aaron 18, but you did. You did a sample review and loved it. Said it was close to the Red Rest 21. Okay, well, I didn't have a whole bottle. Samples, I forget samples all the time. I had a sample. A sample is Fump. Here today and gone tomorrow. Sorry. Sorry. I never had a full bottle. If I had a sample, okay, fine. Sorry, Catnap, but I'm not perfect. I recall what I can recall, and I'm getting old, as it's been my birthday already. So please have mercy on me. Okay. Jason Coates says, Sean, American oak is usually code for ex-bourbon barrels. Correct. In Scotland, although sometimes it can be virgin oak. It can, but usually it's ex-bourbon, I think. Thanks, Sean says to Jason Coates. And thanks at Craig, too. Sorry for so many questions, but it's all very interesting. It's all right. I don't mind answering questions as long as, yeah, I don't mind answering questions. It's all right. It's all right. Wow. That was a mean whiskey. It's hot going all the way down. Cavalan is almost always exceptional whiskey. Well, Jason, so far I've had 2 Cavalans. One was a Sherry Solist, and one was the Concert Master. Both were really expensive, and both were meh. I have another Cavalan under my bar, and it is the Rum Cask Cavalan. We'll see what I think of it. American oak equals Quercus alba, yes, exactly. But the question is, what was in the Quercus alba after it was made into barrels? Was it bourbon? Was it Canadian whiskey? Was it something else? Was it sherry? Quercus alba. That doesn't mean everything. Derek Oliver says Lefroy has been good. Oh yes, I concur. Lefroy has been really good. I've had many great Lefroys. Jonathan Pass says only bought 1 bottle to flip. Was able to buy 2018 George C. Stagg for retail, so got it knowing was going to sell it. With the crazy bourbon frenzy, the liquid could never live up to the prices paid. Yeah, I agree with you on that. It's insane. Just let me get some water because my water glass is empty. And I would like to have some water to wash down this Jura elixir, which is the best Jura I've ever had. Okay. Yeah. Need some water. And I'll get back to your comments in a moment. Okay. Jura Elixir. Fortunately, I still have another bottle of this wonderful stuff. It's fruity and spicy. Hoagie Bear says, and Quercus alba, American white oak, is the only one that can be used for bourbon as well. That is correct. That is correct. Next. I've only ever sold 2 bottles and traded one. I never buy anything I don't intend to open, even if I don't get to them all. Well, me, I don't usually send whole bottles. I send little samples and receive little samples, which is great. I have sent a few whole bottles at times, but and I don't trade that often. Usually I open everything I buy, and it works out. Am I getting tired? I don't know. But Hoagie Bear, what about Quercus rubra? I think you're talking about Robur. Robur. Okay, what to say? Ask away, said Ben, Demon Hunter. Oh, I think I've lost his. There he is. Okay. Catnap says, yes, the Tamdu batch you have is definitely the 6. Lovely. I'll get to it eventually. Definitely the 6. Okay. The Sherry Solist can be wild. I had one of these that was like miso and beef broth, polarizing for sure. I think you'd enjoy their ex-bourbon releases, though. The distillate is superb. Okay, fair enough. The Sherry Solist didn't work for me. And I even sent a sample to Swami Suave in Montreal, and it didn't do anything for him either. Back in the days when Swami Suave was still doing whiskey. Sean says to Hoagie Bear, I see. I miss things said when I'm on the other browser tabs. You're busy, are you? Sean, you are correct. Quercus rubra could, contrary to what I wrote, also be used, but it's just not because it's suitable, easily leaking, and too porous, better for furniture. Rubra. I've never heard of rubra. It's not robur, is it? Somebody please inform me. Sean says at Hoagie Bear, so you're telling me it's what the Poles used to build their navy? Joke. Okay. At Donner Pass Whiskey, just noticed that you found my whiskey IG. Okay. You're not getting old, you're just getting less younger. That's the way I look at life. Good one, Catnap. Good one. I concur with that. What is here? Happy birthday, Craig. Cheers to many more bottles. Oh, well, that was yesterday, but today it'll work. Yeah. Okay. And Jason Coates got a 200 ml of Solus Sherry cask, and it was like your description. Tasted a lot like a Balcony single malt 2.5-year cask I had at the same time. Just overwhelming cask influence. Yes, pretty much. There you go. I'm actually not sure bourbon regulations disallow other oak. This came up in Discord a while ago, and I think that's what we looked up. I'd have a double check. Okay. Quercus rubra is American red oak. Quercus robur is European. Totally not confusing at all. I've never heard of Quercus rubra. Wild. I thank you very much for clarifying that. Because robur and rubra is almost the same. It sounds the same to me. But American red oak. Wow, I've never heard of that before. This is what? This is strange. What is aged in that stuff? At Donner Pass whiskey, I loved it, but I like my weird whiskey. Okay. Hoogie Bear says to Jason Coates, yes, all American oak, but due to individuality and foremost suitability, distillers effectively settled on Quercus alba. Yes, they did. Okay. Thumbs up at Ben Demon Hunter. Oh yeah, what are your thoughts on Glencairn 15? Glencairn 15 has been years and years in the past. I liked it a lot, based on Ralphie's review. I only found it once in one shop and never seen it again. I liked it. It was a nice bottle. Not liking weird whiskey. There you go. Jason Coates at Hoagie Bear. I'm not even sure it actually specified American. I know there are finished bourbons in French oak, but finishes are a different animal. Yes, they are. Quercus rubra, American red oak. Okay, thanks. I've never seen that. Catnap G says at Donner Pass Whiskey, are you referring to the Loch Lee first release that you bought to flip? I have to dig into the actual technical file again. You sure? So don't take my word for this. Okay, fair enough. Sean says, beautiful, isn't it? What the tree gives us. At Jason Coates, as far as I know, in regards to finishes, there are virtually no restrictions to bourbon. You just need your first base maturation done in said barrels. Okay. That makes sense. Building material, heat barrels. Corrected finishing. Okay. It was a bourbon lots of people chase that I was able to buy at retail, and most shops charge 6-8 times that. 600 for PX Cavalan. One might be either insane or rich to buy that bottle. Yes, quite insane from my perspective. Cavalan prices in the US are insane, yes. Usually a bit more reasonable overseas. Not in Canada. Oh, okay. I thought you meant you bought a Loch Lee to flip for a Stag Bourbon. We might be getting the Stag Junior Batch 18, but I guess it won't have the Junior anymore. I really don't know. I haven't seen any Stag in a long time. What's this? No junior anymore, just Stag. Oh, I love the junior. The junior was great. I had one bottle of it like years ago. I thought it was fantastic. Mm. Wow. Mm. Oh, the Stag Junior isn't going away, Quig. Buffalo Trace just changed the name. So they just call it Stag now? Okay. I can deal with that. Time will tell whether the juice has changed along with it. Yep, sure. Uh, oh, must be allergic to something. Anyway, how long have we been going? We've been on for 3 hours and 18 minutes. We've got 6 people watching. Excuse me. Something got up my nose. Right. Don't it pass? It says time will tell whether okay. Uh, that's like naked with no grouse. I missed the grouse on the side of the bottle and the grouse foot on the bottom of the bottle. When it comes to naked grouse, my favorite was not naked, but it was the smoky black. Quig, you look like you need to have a nice long visit with Slumberland. That will happen in due time. In due time, I will have my nice long visit with Slumberland. The bed is right there. Right there. And I will just tumble into it. And I will sleep as long as I need to sleep. And I will wake up when I wake up, and then I will have a wonderful breakfast. It's only 11:50 p.m. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Slumberland will happen soon enough. This is nowhere near my record-breaking videos that took for freaking ever. I could go on for a while. I've only done 5 or 6 of these 9 or 10 whiskeys that I wanted to finish. But as they go on, they get stronger and stronger. Ooh, another comment. Oh, No airbag. Happy birthday, Andy. Thank you. Thank you very much. But it's still my birthday. It's my birthday for another 9 minutes, at least in this time zone, which is great. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. We've been going on 3 hours and 21 minutes. And of course, I've been getting more and more inebriated as we have gone on. Yeah, put that aside. Yeah, put this aside. Okay. All right. So what's going on here? We have some more comments. Oh, good. Comments. My Alberta Premium Cast Strength is finished. Bedtime for me. Thanks for going live to share your birthday with us. Thanks, everyone. Well, Tim, it's been a pleasure. I'm glad you joined me and that you were here. And cheers. I'm getting close to my bedtime, too. Oh, what do we got here? Hi, Donner and Coates says no airbag 1. All right. What's this? Catnap says, well, if you're too tired to answer my comments, then I understand. You're doing a great job carrying this live stream. I can go on for a little bit longer, maybe. We'll see. I am getting tired. Yes, I am. Whiskey has a way of doing that. Ben says, I have to crash as well. Falling asleep, sitting up. Am I outlasting all of you guys? Night, guys. I'll be next soon. This catnap. And Jason Coates says, night, gents. And I think we'll all fall asleep at the same time. Well, you know what? I think you're right. Cheers. Slanchava, and so on. BB says, happy birthday, Quig. Love the channel. Drinking some Boulder Spirits Pita tonight. Oh, lovely. And, only 2 a.m. here. I got a couple hours left in me. Well, it's only 11:54 here. So I could keep on going, I suppose. Your demand, Quig, says Donner Pass. Thanks, Tim. I suppose I could pour another dram. Yeah. I've done pretty good considering. This is the Shelter Point artisanal single malt, 10 years old. Oh. That still has something in it. Finish that. Grab another glass. And pour another whiskey. Yeah. Oh, nice. Quig size dram. Pour another whiskey. This is the Shelter Point artisanal single malt, aged 10 years at 46% alcohol by volume. I'm going to put this sideways to get the last few drops out of it. And move on to the next comment because it's still there. This live stream has been most educational for me, says Catnap G, but not in the best way. Tonight I learned that Klein Leash 14 is hit or miss. Springbank 15 is hit or miss, and the Invermelli X Bourbon sucks. It doesn't suck, but it's not the best. Excuse me. BB says, Craig, what are a few whiskeys you feel are overrated? Springbank 10. Springbank 10. I'd say most Springbanks are overrated. But I haven't tried them all. Blanton's? Perhaps Blanton's. Although Blanton's is very good, but the hype is there. What have I had besides that I think are overrated? Catalan Sherry Cask. It's overrated. Sherry Solist. Overrated. Yeah, that's about it for now. What else have we got? Conclusion, people have different tastes. Exactly. Thank you, Jason Coates. Thank you. Exactly. For my part, I found Klein Leash 14 to be the most consistent bottlings on the shelf, but enough people have had batch problems lately, I can't ignore it. Yes, that's been my take on it so far. The Catnap G says that, Jason Coates. Yes, that's true. We all have different tastes, but within having the same taste for the love of whiskey. Yes. Okay. Jason says, also, can I just point out that we haven't had more than 12 in here at any time, given time, but there are 25 likes. You all rock. You all rock. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I think there is some overrated hype for Springbank, but I do think you would like the Springbank 12 Crest Strength. Okay, I've never had it, but maybe someday I will. Okay. Next. Oh, another overrated whiskey is Eagle Rare. Ah, you know what, Catnap? I like Eagle Rare. I like it a lot. It's not bad at all. It's great whiskey. Most Buffalo Trace whiskeys are wonderful. Huh, interesting. Though on the topic of bourbon, I think you would love the 1792 Barrels Proof. I don't know if I've had that one. I've had, yeah. Okay. Man, a good Eagle Rare can be excellent, but it's still basically single barrel. So you roll them dice. Okay. Maybe we have more different experiences than tastes. Could be. Could be. The bottle I'm finishing now, a Shelter Point artisanal single malt, 10 years old. Just so you know, in case you're wondering. And I'm pouring the last drops into my glass. Yeah. Great stuff. Oh, we got 4 people. 4 people watching. Wow. After all this time. Jason Coates would love to try some Shelter Point. Oh, man. Shelter Point is a beautiful experience. I wish I could send you a couple samples. What's here? BB says, I saw in your recent bar video you have a bottle of Lot 40 cast strength peated Betcha 1. Do you like it? Yes, I like it. I do like it very much. I like it a lot. Well, Quig and friends, I'm off to bed, says Catnap G. Slumberland is calling and I must answer. Have a great night all. Night, Quig. Good night, Catnap. Have a good catnap on all of us. Cheers, Catnap. Good chatting. Okay. And here we are. All in good time. I'll find one, says Jason Coates. Are we talking about Shelter Point? I don't know. I really don't know. I've been going on good, pretty good so far. What do we got? 3 hours and 33 minutes and 35 seconds. 4 people watching. They've all gone to sleep. They've all had whiskey and they have all gone to sleep. Yeah, after this dram, I think I'll be done too. That means I still have 3 bottles to finish off. I will be able to finish off those 3 bottles in the next week. Okay. Yeah, Shelter Point. Absolutely. Great, great whiskey. I've never tried a Shelter Point, but my local whiskey retailer here is a Montfort 140. Yes! Do it. Do it. The Montfort 141 is the first Montfort that I have had. It's the earliest one. It's good. It's made from unmalted barley. So it's a little different, but yes, do it. Get the Montfort. All the Montforts are good. They're all excellent. Wonderful. You had the opportunity to get this, do it. You won't be disappointed, I don't think. And what's this here? Jason Coates says, haha, maybe that's my secret. I've only had one pour all night. I've had 6 or 7 or 8 at least. But there you go. And I'm having this one here. Good stuff, this Shelter Point, 10 years old. I don't know if we'll have a lot of age statement Shelter Points in the near future, but this one has gone down really good. And I believe I still have a bottle or 2 of this juice. Very nice. Very, very nice. Here we got. I'm taking notes on samples for a friend. I've spent 2 hours on this one. Fun stuff. Hey, any bit that I can do to help, my pleasure. My pleasure. Oh, I think I got the hiccups. Ugh. But that sometimes happens when you have a few drinks. Anyway, we've been on for a good long time, 3.5 hours. Whoa, there's another comment. Also thinking of picking up Great Plains 18-year reviews well on YouTube. Yes. I happen to have a bottle of that Great Plains 18. It is good stuff. By all means, pick it up if you can. I remember the first time I had the Great Plains 18, it disappeared in record time. And I only recently was able to pick up another bottle, and I grabbed at it, and I have it, and it's still full. I might review it again, or I might just leave it and enjoy it, because I've done it already on my channel. Yes. Great Plains 18, you will not go wrong. I recommend it. Anything else? Anyone else? We got 3 people watching. Oh, they're all dropping like flies. And I'm still here, and I'm still up. You know what? This may be the end. My only friend, the end. To our elaborate plans, the end. No safety nor no surprise, the end. Oh, Quig, what's your cure for a hangover? Water. Drink water. Drink much water. Just drink water, okay? Drink a lot of water and you won't have a hangover. If you drink 50 mils of whiskey, drink half a liter of water, and you may piss a lot, but you will not have a hangover. You will not get sick. I never get sick and I never have a hangover because I drink lots of water. This is why you're the goat. The goat. I don't understand the goat part, but yeah, okay. There you are. I think we're done with we got like 5 people watching. I think we're done with our live bottle killing. I've killed 5 bottles. Okay, 6 bottles. And I have 3 bottles left to kill. They're almost dead. Goat equals greatest of all time. Well, maybe so. Maybe it's so. I try. I do what I can. I do my best. And what is this? Anyway, happy birthday, man. Thanks for the stream. You're welcome. I think this is exit stage left. Slancheva.